Welcome to the TransformationCoach.me podcast. I'm your host, Adam Shively, and I'm on a 1 million pound mission. I've personally lost over 100 pounds, and I've applied what I've learned from my own transformation journey to help my hometown clients lose over 35,000 pounds in just 5 years. Now, I'm on a mission to produce over 1 million pounds of results by delivering weekly tips, motivation, and my best transformation strategies to my podcast listeners, blog readers, and everybody I interact with through social media and my online coaching programs. The perfect time to start your transformation is now. So let's do this. All right, my friends, what is up? It's your buddy, Adam, the PhD, previously heavy dude. People have been liking that. That's been getting me places, so I'm going to keep it, the PhD, so you guys can feel free to refer to me as the PhD if you like. I want to give you guys a shout out first. Before we get going today, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the support, the emails, the Facebook messages, the Instagram direct messages, all text messages, people seeing me at my gym, just throwing support my direction. It makes a difference. The podcasting realm is kind of weird because I'm just sitting here by myself with my dogs, and they're over there in the corner sleeping, and I'm out here talking kind of into a cave. And I just hope that each time I do this, that the message connects with somebody somewhere out there listening in. So first off, I just appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to what I've got to say, because I'm the type of person, I just feel like I've got a message burning inside of me and I've got to get it out. Or I feel like my life isn't being maximized. My time isn't being used well if I don't get this message out there, because I know that I can help people. And just having that hanging out there and feeling like it's not being used correctly, that just gets under my skin. And I know some of you are a lot like me. You've got that message burning inside of you. You've got that purpose that you want to get out and make use of. And I just appreciate you guys letting me know that we're connecting. So I just want to get that out of the way first. Secondly, I'm super psyched. I'm super tired, but I'm super psyched because I've had a lot of sleepless nights, not a lot of nap time lately. I've been working on getting my Transformed Academy launched. We're in pre-launch mode right now, and I'm psyched. The response has been great. I'm really, really excited about the product, and you guys are going to get early access. So as loyal podcast listeners, you guys can head on over to the website, www.transformationcoach.me, and you'll just scroll down to like halfway down the page below the transformation highlight reel, and you'll see the Transformed Academy. It's live. It's ready to go. And you guys can use the promo code LAUNCH, all capitals, and lock in 50% off for the lifetime of your membership. All right, so that's a sweet deal. It's a sweet deal, and I'm excited to offer that to you guys as loyal podcast listeners. The people that are supporting me, people ask all the time, how can you support the show? Number one thing is leave reviews and do ratings on iTunes and SoundCloud. Number two is if I put something out there like the Transformed Academy and that makes sense to you, let's engage. Let's lock arms. Let's get the job done together. And if it's not for you, if you could share that information out there, maybe somebody that you know that I could help, that would be awesome too. So those are the main ways you can support the show. Okay, let's talk about the topic today. This one's been it's been on my mind a lot lately. This is avoiding transformation light switch syndrome, TLSS, transformation light switch syndrome. I made it sound scary, right? So, I'm a PhD now, so I gotta make up some syndromes. So we've got this situation that I'm positive that all of you have been impacted by before. So let me paint a picture. You sign up for a program like a boot camp, let's say an 8-week boot camp, and you go to your gym and you're fired up, you're totally locked in. You're doing the classes, you're doing the nutrition routine, you're starting to feel better, you're starting to look better, the body fat's coming off, the pounds are coming off, and then you kind of do like a little graduation thing at the end, you celebrate, and then something weird happens. The light switch gets flipped to off, and you start going back to everything you used to do before the boot camp. before you started feeling healthy and before you started doing all the workouts, before you started eating clean and getting all these great results, you flip the switch to off and you end up right back where you started. And I've talked about the black hole of fitness doom, and I'm not going to get into that again because I've been really doing a lot of coaching on that lately. But this is different. This is a situation where people do a program and they're totally on. The light switch is flipped on all the way when they are doing that program. And then as soon as it ends, light switch off, back to all the things that they used to do. And then on, back to another program, off, I'm off the program. And it's this repeating cycle, and it's really, really hard on your body. It's really, really hard on your willpower and your mindset as well. So today I want to attack this situation. All right, we're going to get after this together because I feel like this is a serious issue. You're wasting a whole lot of time, a whole lot of money, and you're putting a lot of effort in. And a lot of times people get to the end of that thing, that boot camp, that 28-day program or whatever it is, and they say, I can't keep this pace up, or I need a break. So if you're saying those sorts of things, that's the language that we use to talk ourselves into flipping the light switch off. I want you to know that. And I don't know if you guys have like a light switch in your house where there's something wrong with it, or like I remember we had a house where if you flipped the switch on, it like made the garage door go up. So we always taped it down in the off position. We have to make sure that your light switch is not taped in the off position, all right, with your transformation. That's what I'm trying to get at with that little analogy. So we're going to attack this, and I think a few small mindset shifts are really going to help this situation. First, you have to realize that this is happening, all right? So if you're a person that is doing this, like really think and be honest with yourself and say, all right, am I falling victim to this? Am I kind of an on and then off person? Like I do a program to get ready for a vacation, and then I just gain all the weight back right away after vacation. Or I do a boot camp, or I hire a personal trainer for 8 sessions, and then when that's done, my effort is done. And we have to separate those things. We have to change our mindset. It's so important. Like, why in the hell would you keep doing that? Wake up. Wake up. It's not a smart idea to do this to your body and to do this to your mind. All right, so let's talk about some solutions to this situation. Now that we know that we've kind of admitted to ourselves that this is a potential situation that I'm falling victim to, let's talk about how to solve it. So the first thing you need to do is I feel like we need to set a big, like mid-range goal. I like a 12-month goal. And we're going to work backwards and build it down into some action steps. And we're going to put accountability around it. We're going to build a why around it. And we're going to make sure that you are thinking more long-term. But then we also have action steps with each phase, each little 28-day phase. So we're building that bridge from the short term to the long term. And we have to have our eyes in both situations. We can't just think, I'm doing this 28-day program, and then I don't know what happens after that, because that's when we flip the light switch off. We know that's going to happen. Why are you doing that? All right, so we're going to build that bridge. First step, like I said, is start with a 12-month goal. You need a goal that's going to get you out of bed for that class in the morning. And you need a goal that's going to get you out of bed for that class when boot camp's over, and you need to start showing up without somebody telling you to show up. All right, so what is that goal? Take, how much time you need and think on that. Then the real key, second step, is establish a massively strong why behind that goal. Like, why do you actually want to achieve that goal? A lot of people will set a weight loss based goal, 60 pounds, 100 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever. Well, why do you want to achieve that? Or maybe it's a strength-based goal. Maybe it's I want to be able to deadlift my body weight. Well, why do you want to do that? And it's personal. It's up to you. And no one else gets to tell you that that's a good why or a bad why. You just need it to be a very strong motivational why that you will want to. It'll motivate you to stick to your action steps to help you achieve that goal. All right, so first step, start with a big 12-month goal that gets you fired up. Second step, establish a massively strong why behind that goal. Third step, set up a reminder system for your why. Because at first you're going to need it. All right, and then you're going to build momentum. Now, what am I talking about? This is where you get the insight on crazy Adam things that I do. It's a very popular segment on the show. For those of you that are new to the show, every once in a while I'll just talk about some crazy stuff that I do that's worked for me. Notes around the house and or your car and or your workplace. So a couple podcasts ago, I talked about going to a personal growth conference, my very first one, and a gentleman talking about two types of people, one being a wolf, one being a sheep. And the moral of the story was you want to be a wolf. So I just locked in on that concept. It set me on fire. It was a part of my goal setting. It was a part of my why. It was a part of the thing that initiated my desire to lose all my weight. So what I did was I printed up a whole bunch of, an 8.5 by 11 sheet with as large font as possible that just said, be a wolf. And I posted those all over my house. And I had roommates at the time, and I was trying to impress my future wife to be able to marry me. And I've got this be a wolf stuff everywhere. I got it in my car, like all over the top of my car, at work, in my backpack, everything. It's be a wolf, just constant reminders everywhere. I went psycho with it, but it got the job done. A lot of you guys know my story, right? So it helped get the job done. So, and you can do something more subtle, a Post-it note on your bathroom mirror. How about we start there? All right. You don't have to go full on psycho Adam mode, but you can. If that's where you want to take it, go there. If the why and the goal is important enough to you, yeah, it gets weird when you have somebody and you're going on a date and you're trying to impress them and you have be a wolf all over the hood of your car and the dash and I mean, like I had it all over. It wasn't just like one note, guys. It was all over. And you got to explain that. But then, if you, if they go for a second date, if they totally don't just ditch the relationship, then you might have a spark there. You may have found your soulmate. So notes around the house, reminders. You can also do a journaling system. I like a couple different journals. 5-minute journal. I've used that in the past. I found a new one that I really like. The Best Self Journal. And 5-minute journal and Best Self Journal. If you're out there listening, those mentions are free. Hit me up to be a podcast sponsor. I'd love to work with you. But these, journaling is awesome. And so a constant reminder in your journal, whether it's a structured journal like the 5-minute journal or the Best Self Journal, or just a open page journal where you can just write what you want, but having a daily reminder of your why in there. All right. Then we have daily affirmations. This is another one that I've talked about before, where I went a little bit, intense with it, where I mapped out I did a 5-year plan when I first started my transformation, and I wrote out exactly what I wanted my life to look like. I read it every single day, morning and night, read it out loud, read it like I felt it, like it had already happened. I tried to just internalize that and make it a part of me. I did that every day, morning and night, first thing, last thing, for 5 years. I hit every single one of my goals. And we're talking big goals, like losing 100 pounds, like not having a business to having a thriving business, like being in $40,000 worth of credit card debt to having 0 credit card debt, from not being in a relationship to being married with a kid, like big goals, big ass goals. All right. And I just locked in with those every single day. That was my mission. I did it. I still do this. All right. And so that's an option. Daily affirmations. So you need a reminder system for your why. So think about notes around the house, journaling, daily affirmations. Those are good ideas. Those are good starting points. All right. So that's step number 3. Step number 4, once we've got the 12-month goal, we've got the why, we've got the reminders, let's break that 12-month goal down into quarters. So, for example, if you want to lose 60 pounds in 12 months, quarterly, that's 15 pounds a quarter. We just got to do the math. All right. Then we're going to break that down into 28-day cycles. And here is where we make the bridge. All right. So step number 5 is break it down into a 28-day cycle. And then I want you to get your mind right into thinking that you're going to do 13 consecutive 28-day cycles, because that's 1 year. That's the bridge. That's how we keep the light switch flipped on. There is no off. It's like 28 and done. No, we have 13 consecutive 28-day cycles. We've got a rhythm. We've got a pattern. We've got the big goal that we're working towards, the eyes on the prize, the regular reminders of our strong why. All right, we've broken it down into bite-size goals. And one tool that I'm going to include, make sure you guys check out the blog, the companion blog with this podcast episode. I've got a download link. I'm going to give it to you for free, my Transformation Battle Plan Workbook. It is the tool that helps you map out the next 28 days with your danger zones, with your nutrition, with your fitness, with your goals, with your goal reminders, with your why, daily reminders of your wins, week in review. It is it's an intense little workbook, but it works. We're putting the work in workbook with that one, and it really is an effective tool. So that's going to help you get through your 28-day cycles, but you have to have your mind locked in on 13. I got to do 13 in a row because that's the only way I'm getting to my goal. So turn the light switch off for a month usually leads to turning the light switch off for several months, and we're right back to where we started. And that sucks, my friends. You deserve better. You are better than that, right? Just feel that for a second. Just realize that and acknowledge that you're better than that. You are an adult. You control your destiny. For things to change, you have to change. All right, so it's time to suck it up and quit flipping our own light switch to off. Quit doing this to yourself. You deserve better, and you are better. All right, so step number 7 was the Transformation Battle Plan Workbook. And I will recap. And I know some of you like to know the exact order. I'll put it in the blog as well. So step 7, use the Transformation Battle Plan Workbook. Step number 8, we have to attach accountability anchor points. And people screw this up. I see people screw this up all the time that I work with. All right? This is a huge, huge, very common mistake. So accountability anchor point is someone or something that keeps you honest to your goal. There's an expectation to show up. There's an expectation to produce, to be there. That is accountability. So examples, workout friends. You show up to classes together, or you sign up for classes where an instructor or a personal trainer is expecting you to be there, or you have a group that meets up at the fitness studio every other week, and you do like a weigh-in or do some measurements or take pictures, but there's an expectation to be there. One of the key mistakes is people only have one. You've got a trainer. The trainer moves out of town, or you can't afford the trainer anymore. Accountability out and light switch off. We can't have that. So you need multiple accountability anchor points. Super important. If you're climbing a mountain, you don't anchor in once. You anchor in every few feet to make sure you only fall to that last anchor. Are you guys feeling me? Are you understanding this? All right, I know I'm speaking into the cave like I talked about. I want you to reply yes out loud no matter where you're at. All right, so you got to give me a yes if you understand what I'm talking about here. All right, I think I heard you. I think I heard something there. Now, the second mistake is you have to have strong anchor points. This is a mistake that people make. I'll put on a program, like a 28-day program, and we'll do some accountability, and people get into that, and they're like, yeah, let's get a little group together on Facebook and hold each other accountable. But if everyone in that group kind of sucks at being accountable, it's going to be a disaster. All right, it's just going to be kind of an excuse of, well, we're trying, it's just not working. But no one's reporting their food, and no one's really urging each other to do anything, and it's not supportive. I see this happen all the time. I love Facebook groups. I've got I think 12 Facebook groups that I run right now with all my fitness adventures and things like that. But they can be evil also. It's like, let's start a group. Let's do this together. And that's cool if like half the people are already rocking it. Like you have to recruit people in that are doing great, that do not need all of the hand-holding. Otherwise, it is a very solid recipe for disaster. You've got to have a leader or a group of leaders or people that are rocking it that will pull you up and say, you can do better. You need to be accountable. You need to show up. And if that's not present, it's going to be a disaster. All right, so look for strong accountability anchor points. If you feel like your anchor points aren't strong enough, recruit someone in. Maybe that's spending some money. I'm getting ready to do a podcast here in the next couple of weeks called Free Doesn't Work. I don't want to get too deep into that, but if you don't have skin in the game, it's again, that why might not be strong enough. If you need to be able to invest in your health, make it that important, and that way, people get more serious when they got to pay for something. They get more serious. That's just how it is. So I'll save that. I'll end that point there, but I'll save that for a podcast here in the future. You're going to like that one. Okay, so let's recap here. Recap, and then we're going to take action. First step, establish a 12-month goal. Second step, establish a massively strong why behind that goal. Third step, set up a reminder system for your why, like notes around the house, a journal, or daily affirmations. Fourth step, break your 12-month goal down into quarters. Fifth step, break the quarterly goal down into 28-day cycles. Sixth step, get your mind focused and dedicated to doing 13 consecutive 28-day cycles. There's no other option. You will do it. Step 7, use my transformation battle plan workbook to set up your 28-day cycles. It is the perfect tool, and it is free. I'm giving it to you for free. All right? Step number 8, attach accountability anchor points, and they've got to be strong. And step number 9 is take action, my friends. Sitting and listening in your car or while you're working out, I appreciate that, but I'm wasting my time if I don't put you into action. So in the next 24 hours, I need your 12-month goal. Feel free to send it to me. If you want to be extra accountability, if you want me to be one of your accountability anchor points, send me your 12-month goal. Let me know you downloaded the workbook. Send me the workbook. All right? I'll do what I can to respond. I may have just dug myself into an email hole there, but, I love to interact with you guys. Point blank. I love to interact with you guys. I love to coach. So if I could spend all day answering emails, coaching people up, I'd be in heaven. So let's do this, all right? So I want you to really think on this one. Really think on it. Just do something. Next 24 hours, just put one foot forward. Just take one step towards taping that light switch to on and keeping it on until you reach that goal, because that's the kind of dedication that you deserve. You know what? When I weighed 327 pounds, was in debt, unhealthy, unhappy, do you think I was like flipping the light switch on and off? I said, hell no, I'm done with this. I am done with this. I am better. I deserve better. And I'm not stopping until I get what I need, and until I get what I deserve, until I get what I want, and until I'm at where I need to be. And I continue to be like that. I set my next level of goals. I will work my ass off. I will focus, laser focus until I get there. And I always tell you guys that you can borrow some of my energy. I know I'm a little more intense with this process than a lot of you will be willing to be. But if you can borrow 10% of what I'm doing, it's going to make a difference. All right, my friends. I think we're good for this week. Again, if you feel like this process makes sense, this is a big part of what I'm doing in the academy, except I get to coach you through it. So if you feel like you need that, if you're a light switch flipper on, off, and you feel unconfident that you don't have the support structure and the system to be able to get through it on your own, look at the academy, look at doing it, think about it, and I'd love to have you. All right? That's all I'll say about that. Now it's time to get out there. I want you to own it. Every meal, every workout, every day. I will see you on the next episode, my friends. Hey there, before I let you go, one last quick reminder. If you guys got anything out of this episode, if it motivated you, fired you up, got you excited and ready to take action, I would love and appreciate it if you guys could go on iTunes, leave me a rating and a review, subscribe to this podcast, and share it with a friend. Spread the message. Help me achieve my 1 million pound mission. I greatly appreciate it. I'm grateful for you guys and the energy that you bring. I'm going to keep bringing it. So let's do this.